Okay guys, this is going to be part 6 of our custom Namalsk server. I'm going to go to object A2 and add some of the custom objects as well as the ambient lighting, and I wrote a script for a custom railgun spawn. It spawns a railgun in that hallway. You've probably seen videos on YouTube or Frankie or whoever, and it shows the railgun spawning there. So I just made a script for it because I have no idea if there's one out there, so I made my own. Anyways, we need to go. This is going to be both server side and client side. So let's go ahead and extract this PBO, the mission PBO, and we'll back this one up here. We're going to make edits in here, and then we also need to do the server. So let's extract that, and we'll put this over here as well, backing up both of those PBOs. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go to this. Well, let's open up. We need to retrieve the A2 stuff out of, we'll do server first. We need to retrieve the A2 stuff out of the Namalsk client files. So go to Namalsk and then add-ons. I've already extracted the NS DayZ PBO and also the NS modules PBO. So we're going to be looking at the NS modules. There's an A2 folder in here. Open up that A2 folder, and there's a file in here that says spawn A2. This is all the A2 ambient lighting. You can see light intensity and stuff in here, and also the server stuff. When I originally installed this, I noticed that it was kicking me for spawning these objects. So this shit wasn't working. This if-is server thing. I'm not sure why it was doing that, but it was. So what I ended up doing was just splitting this file into 2 pieces. And in doing so, I put one side on the server and one side on the client, and that seemed to work better. So you can see it says client part above and server part below. All of it is under this blanket of being in the world named Namalsk, which that just means you can't run the script on other worlds, which is fine. It's not necessary because we're only working with Namalsk here. But I'm going to grab all of this right here. See, I'm going to start with if-is server then, and I'm going to go all the way down. I don't know why it was kicking me. It shouldn't. It should recognize that the server is supposed to spawn this shit, but it wasn't. So I'm going to go all the way down to this close bracket right here. Not this low, not the lowest one, but this one. Make sure you don't grab this one, just this one, okay? Control C on that. And then we're going to go to new. I'm going to make a new file. Paste all that shit in there. So if you highlight this, then you should see that this one is also highlighted in red. So this is just going to be all of the objects that spawn in A2. Okay. So, and it's run by the server. So let's go ahead and save that. Save as. And I want to browse to my server PBO. So open this Namalsk Epoch server. Add-ons, DayZ server. And I'm going to put it in. I'm going to make an, I should have made a new, can I make a new file here? Yeah, create new folder. I'm going to make one called map add-ons. Okay, map add-ons, right? And then I'm going to save this as A2, well, AII, that's what they say A2 is, you know, AII underscore objects, A2 objects.sqf. I'm just going to call it that, okay? A2 underscore objects.sqf. I'm going to save it in this folder right here, okay? And I'm just save, okay? That's good. I'm going to go ahead and the rest of this, in fact, what I can do is, since I have that highlighted, let's go ahead and delete that. So now there is no client and server part. There's only a client part, right? So just back that up so you got this cascading close brackets. So it looks just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in a row. Okay. All of this shit here is going to be spawned on the client side. Okay. So I'm going to leave this as a spawn A2. But I need to save it over here and not, I can't save it here. I can save it in there, but I don't want to. I want to save it over in my mission PBO. So let's go to File, Save As, and I'm gonna DayZ server, MP missions, mission file, and in scripts. Right? I'm gonna put it in scripts, and I'm just gonna leave that name. You could, you know, A2 lighting, or I'm just going to leave it as that, okay? So this will spawn all the ambient lighting and shit in here. I'm going to leave this open because we need to go in to our mission file, into DayZ code, init, variables.sqf. Let's move this over. We need to grab these variables. This is what turns it on, and this is the lighting intensity. There's actually right here control variable NSA21 status, or is that L? I'm not sure. 0 is off, 1 is on, so you can see it's off by default. So let me grab this and let me put it above here. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to grab this one here. Okay. And you could put, you know, lines underneath. And we'll call this object A2 variables. Okay, object A2 variables. You just need those two. And we'll put the notes behind it. Am I grabbing that right? No. So let's go comment and then that. Turns, let's say toggles A2 lighting and sound on and off. Okay, just for your own reference, right? Toggles A2 lighting and sound off. And we're going to turn it on, so we want this to be 1. It says if it equals 1, you know, that's a explicit 1, then it does all this shit, okay? And let's do this. Grab this comment here. And 2 slashes. Okay. We'll say lighting A2 lighting, I spell that right, intensity. Okay, so the recommended value you can see here is 0.05. 1 is fully on, off is, off, dark. 0 is just turned off. So we need to have those 2 variables. And actually it says if is nil here, but we're going to overwrite that with this. So let's save this. Those are the only 2 variables we need. Let's save it. Variables.sqf is done. You just do this. I'm going to leave that intensity as that. You can play around with this number if you want. 1 is fully on. It says not recommended, whatever that means. Maybe it's too hard on the... Maybe it looks like shit. Who knows? But I've done it this way and it looks pretty good. I like it like that. And we're having it turned on, so this is going to be 1. So we're done with that. This file here, we did save it. Let's close that one. We saved it in scripts. Yep. So now we need to call these things. On this side, on the mission side, we'll go into init, and we need to go down to the if is dedicated section, and we're going to do one of these call compile preprocess line file line numbers. Okay, so let's just that's for server. Let's grab this. See, I'm going to grab everything up to DayZ code. Okay. And I'm going to put it right here. Okay, you can put a little space there if you want. Okay, so now we need to go put the rest of the directory in there. So we have DayZ. Is it DayZ code or is it scripts? Actually, I don't even need all this shit. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. Get rid of that. Going delirious. We need scripts. This one. It's in that same directory as the fog breath. So scripts for backslash spawn underscore a2 dot sqf. Okay. Make sure you get it typed in there like that. With the double quotes on both sides and the semicolon. So now we can do the one on the server side. We put it in here. 2 ways you can do this. You can either call it from here, from init.sqf, or you can call it from either server functions, or you can call it from server monitor. Let's do server monitor. So edit your server monitor that's in the system folder. Go all the way to the bottom. And we'll put it down here at the very bottom. Okay, so we're just going to do like an exec VM. And we need a path to it. What's the path to it? It's going to have this... is there another one in here that's... Yeah, here we go. Let's use this. DayZ server. It's in the server PBO, so you want this here. It's easier just to copy that shit, you know. Okay, so exec VM, and then this shit here, Z add-ons DayZ server, and then map add-ons / A2 underscore objects dot SQF semicolon. Okay, so that should run these objects. Just spawn in these objects here. Okay. Okay, so now let's add my Railgun script. It's going to be on GitHub. It's right there on GitHub. I put the instructions right in here. But you'll go to this link in the GitHub and you'll download the zip. And you can close GitHub and then go to where your downloads are. This one right here. Extract all. And we need this, so let's copy it. And it's going to be in this same map add-ons folder, so paste it in there. And then same thing, we need to add it server monitor, and we'll put it at the bottom as well. So let's go down here. And let's save this. You know what? Yeah, okay, let's save that, and then we'll save this. Close that. And let me change this. The way this script works is it's going to spawn a railgun with a 125 round magazine in this spot that's in A2, that's like in the hallway. And I have it set to 25% chance. For this test, I'm going to change this to a 1. Just because I want to see it spawn there on first restart. But I've tested that where it's 25%, and in theory every 4 resets you should see one. So adjust it however you want, but for this test I'm going to go with 1, just so it definitely spawns. And you should see it in your RPT whether or not it spawned. There's a diagnostic log there. Okay, let's pack this PBO up. Server PBO. And then let's pack the mission PBO up. And I am definitely going to get kicked by Battleye. I can't remember what the kick was. I had the filter somewhere, but this would be a mini tutorial on how to add a I believe I'm going to get kicked for scripts. Yeah, should be a scripts kick because of that create environment thing. So let's start the server. We'll log in and you'll see how I get kicked here. Should happen like as soon as I log in too. It'll just, I think it's only 1 kick. We'll see. I could set all the script stuff to 1, I guess, and then it would tell me. But I think before I even get all the way loaded, it should kick me. Okay, so I think it's kicked me. Maybe. For some reason, Battleye doesn't tell you right away when it kicks you, but you should see a kick. Here it is. Okay. Kick by Battleye for script restriction 22. Okay. So let's go ahead and shut this down. That end task. I wonder what else I'll get kicked for. Let me see what this kick is. So go into your instance folder, to your Battleye, and it was a scripts kick, so go to scripts.log, edit that with Notepad. Yeah, so this is kicking me for enable environment, I'm sure. That's a 22. Let's see. Go edit scripts.txt, and you want to find, since it said line 22, I mean number 22, we want to find line 24. You see that's enable environment. I wonder what else this will kick for. See, it may kick for other shit, but you don't know it because it just kicks you. And then, so this is how you do. You see all this shit in here. This is typically what you... Now, I know for a fact that if I did some kind of enable environment, you know, if I could do a regular thing here, but I'm going to do the full thing. I'm going to show you what the typical way it is to do this. So we want everything from quote to quote, but it all has to be on one line. And the way you do this is click in here, and then you hit the N key, because sometimes there's spaces in there, so it'll push further. But you hit the N key and then hit /N, and then delete. Okay? Do it again. N/N, delete. Okay, so there's nothing there. So do it again. N/N, delete. Okay, so we got a couple more lines. N/N, delete. N/N, delete. Okay, so now it's all on one line. That is how you do, you pull them up with those /Ns. Now, since this is in scripts, we have to escape these double quotes. So look in here to make sure, are there any double quotes? Let's escape them. So this, put your cursor right in front of this one, escape that, and then you gotta do one here, escape that one as well. Okay? And don't worry about the one on the end or the one up front. I'm gonna grab everything in here, making sure all of the double quotes are escaped. So let's do this. I'm going to copy that right there. I'm going to close this, and no, I don't want to save it. And we're on this line, so I'm going to go on the end there. I'm going to hit space, exclamation point, equals, and then paste that whole thing in there. Okay? And let's go and take a look at that file and see what else it's going to kick us for. You see all these, you got all these keywords here, and it's going to kick you for that shit. So let's go in here and see what else is in that file. It was in scripts, this one here. Let's look for some of those keywords. There's enable environment, right? Here's another enable environment. I don't know if it's going to kick us for that one. It might kick us for that spawn. I don't know. Delete vehicle, it won't kick. Create vehicle local, possibly. Let's see what, there's all these keywords. Save that one anyway. Create vehicle local. Whoop. Scripts.txt. Set vehicle. Create. There it is. It may kick us for that. So that being the case, let's go one there. We don't want to log. We don't want to get kicked. And we'll also check, what was the 1 week 24? Enable environment. Let's put that to a 1. I don't know about anything else. I don't see anything about set light. Let's save that and let's log back in and see. We can delete this one, right, and let it make a new one. So let's go. I didn't change anything in here, so let me delete that. And the server doesn't matter. It's not going to kick you for anything there. Okay. Go here. Let's see what happens now. This is how I did the admin tools. We set those things to 1, and then the first one you see, you add that. The second one, sometimes if you get rid of one, you can get rid of different ones. Sometimes you can't. Battleye is a pain in the ass. You can spend freaking all day doing Battleye filters because it has all of those keywords set to kick. But I wanted to put this in the tutorial so you'd see how it's done. And another thing, you know, I was doing exclamation point equals. You can also have just exclamation point, and that is not an exact match. What we did there was an exact match. We had that backslash ends that had all at one line and did an exact match. But a lot of times you can put in a certain phrase, and actually sometimes you have to because exact matches don't work. Okay, so we logged in. So I wanted to set this to night though. Anyways, let's go down there and check stuff. Let's check the Battleye again and see what it logged. Let's go down into A2 and see if it spawned those objects. Okay, so you hear that? The sound changes when you go down in there. That's supposed to happen. Okay. So let's go down into here. Bandage. Okay, so the objects did spawn. None of this shit would have been here before. These are all the spawnable objects. There's a foul. Okay. Okay, all of this stuff, yeah, this is all custom spawn objects, so it did work. Okay. We need to find this thing. See, you see how this is lit up here? if we had night enabled, it would be bright. It would be daylight down here, even when it's night outside. I can tell it's working because the sound changed though. So this is successful. What the hell? Where's the friggin'? Here it is. Okay, so you can either go through that tunnel, or you can go through this thing here. I think the ambient light changes these colors on this too. You see how they're kind of bright and, you know, they look different. So I want to go down the ladder. And we'll check and see if our railgun spawned. Should have. It's set to 1. There's more object day 2 shit. What do we got here? INS crewman? What the fuck is that? Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna get kicked. Swim glitch. Warm clothes. Okay, that's pretty cool, huh? I've never seen that one before. Anyways, our if you watch those old videos like Frankie and shit, they come down here and the railgun is down here. So there's our railgun spawn. Works. So the railgun just spawns with 1 magazine because the magazines are 25 rounds. Let's see. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, 25 round magazine. If you look in the upper right corner, you can see it says 25. Boom. That's object day 2. If I set it to in fact, let's do night and I'll show you what it looks like at night. Let me go out. Actually, it's dark down here. So let's log out. Let's just log out right here. I can't log out in combat apparently. Alright, and it's snowing down in here. I thought if you're in a building it's not supposed to snow, but maybe that needs to be fixed, perhaps. Whatever. So disconnect from the server. Let's turn the server off and then go into a instance folder again. Go into hive.ext.ini and let's change static time to 2400, so that'd be midnight. And let's start the server back up. Okay. Ooh, you know what I should have done? Okay. I should have checked those Battleye filters. Okay, so you see it's dark as shit down here. The tunnel, I have the full vision, night vision. That's your full screen night vision goggles. Okay, so there should be another railgun here. Yeah. So that spawn works. Let's go and check our object. See the lighting works down here, right? Just give it a minute here. No? Oh yeah, kinda. See, I don't know. I'd play around with the brightness maybe. Let's go upstairs. Where's the? Be fucking careful. I dropped down. Okay, let's go here. Okay. This seems okay. So yeah, you can see it brightens up, I guess, a little bit in the middle. You see those are where the light's coming from. So you could play around with the lights. This is okay, I guess. It's not too bright, not too dark, but I kind of like the way that looks. You know, these give off light, I guess. You know, stuff reflects off of them. But yeah, that's what the ambient lighting looks like anyway. It's light down here, where it's pitch black outside, but down here you got some light. Not a lot, but you got some. So let's check the Battleye real quick. Cancel. Oh. Alright, let's just get out and we'll just reload it. Close that. Let's go back into Battleye and see if it kicked us. Script start. So that was the only one we had to add. You can see that there's no log file. Yeah. Those are the old ones. So there's no scripts.txt log file. Or scripts.log, I should say. So that was the only one we had to add. So I showed you how to do that. I can put this in the description, I guess, for you. Oh, did I put that thing in here? Hold on. Maybe I put the... Oh, I did have a Battleye. Let's see. Oh, I did have it in here. Hold on. Yeah, I did have it in there. I didn't do that, though. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. So I did have the Battleye exception in there. This was for the other Foggy Breath script. That was for the one that's built into... what you call it, the one I didn't use because I didn't like it. So the other one doesn't kick you, so that's better because it doesn't have this. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get into EVR storms and bloodsuckers in the next couple of videos, but I didn't realize I had this in here. But that is the Battleye filter. I'll put this in the description. Hopefully I remember that, but I showed you how to make it, so it's not that big a deal. Just set this back to 5. And then, wasn't there another one? 24, and the other one was, what, didn't I change it to a 1? Or did I change it back already? It was create vehicle local, wasn't it? Hold on, let me close this. No. Okay, this one goes back to a 5. This is just the one filter you need for the A2 stuff, for the client side. So you want everything to be 5 in here as much as possible. That keeps the server secure as best as Battleye can do it, you know. What was the other one? Set vehicle local, wasn't it? Or create vehicle local. Oh yeah, I did set it to a 1. Okay, so make sure these all are 5s. You know, that's default 5s. You want to keep these pretty tight. So you just need to make that one on line 24. You just need to make this one here. And you're good to go. So save that. Okay, so that's all you have to do for A2. A2 is cool. You got the custom railgun spawn I made. You know, I changed this to test it on your server, change this to a 1. Otherwise, in theory, every 4 resets, you should see a railgun, right? It either spawns it and it tells you this in the RPT, or it doesn't. Let's actually go and look at the RPT. It's right here. So that spawns server side. Here you see A2 objects have spawned. Okay. That's just another dialog. It just tells you what happened. They spawned. Let's see. Okay, A2 server init. That's, oh, here you go. Railgun has spawned at object A2. If it spawns, it tells you that. If it doesn't, it tells you Railgun did not spawn at object A2. Right? That's it. And there's no errors in there, so let's check the client side, see if there's any errors yet. Users, me, app data local, that. There's your client RPT. Let's see if we got any errors. Nope, we are error free. Yeah. So the only time I run into an error is I think when you do the blowouts, there's one error because the guy that made this didn't what did he didn't do? He didn't put it as a private variable or something like that. So that's it for this video. I mean, that's all you do for A2. We'll see you in the next one, which will be EVR storms. All right, we'll see you.